What's happening, my fearless networking friend? Todd Falcone here. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about community, why having a great team around you makes a big difference. Having the right crew to run with, having the right crew to surround yourself with. We the phrase pretty often used in network marketing. It's like you need to, surround yourself with successful people. Be around other people that lift you up, encourage you, push you, help you become the better version of yourself. Make you stretch beyond your limitations versus a group of lazy couch potating. I don't think couch potating is a word, but that's okay. Couch potatoing people that do nothing and drag you down, and you've got a dream and they strip it away from you. So clearly we can tell that community matters, right? So specifically, obviously, that's an important thing. Like who you hang out with is going to make a big difference, but that's really not the main point of today's episode. Although a good reminder, it's like, who am I hanging out with? Who am I spending time with? Who am I allowing to influence me? What groups am I associating with? And is it serving me in terms of my ability to step forward? Then that's certainly worth considering. But let's talk about it from the perspective of, growing and learning and becoming more productive and more skillful and more knowledgeable in your ability, in this case, your ability to do, probably most people following me are involved in network marketing, to do network marketing or direct selling in a better manner. Like, imagine if you got a group of people that, we have our groups, right? Your teams. Like, I'm not necessarily even talking about the team, but it could be the team. You have a lot of different people with different backgrounds and different levels of experience that have different viewpoints and can provide different perspectives on whatever it is you're discussing. But it could be a group of people, for example, that are all like one type of group, for example, even though there's probably not a lot of discussion that goes on, is like being in a group, a fitness class. Like you're in a yoga class, or you're in a kickboxing class, or you're in any of those group fitness classes, right? So you're in those classes and you can see people, like, for example, I do, and I know you guys know this, I do yoga probably 4 days a week. And I would say I've become proficient at yoga, understanding the different positions and being able to get into many of them, most certainly not all of them. But the group dynamic in this case allows me to see things that others are doing that it's like, wait, I never have gone from that position to that position in that manner. I never even I didn't know how to do that. And so you can learn because you have people coming from different levels of experience. Some are less experienced, maybe less experienced than you, but maybe they have a degree of knowledge in some other area that you could benefit from. So the bottom line of me doing this post today is really just to talk to you guys about, not the community, not like your friends and your bros and the people that you're hanging out with outside of your network marketing world, the ones that will have an influence. They'll either become a lead weight for you, or they'll become, a breath of fresh air that's going to lift you up and encourage you to do more. I suppose those are the two polar opposites, right? But really more so what happens in the space. Like, do you have a community of people that you can get together with, that you gather with, that where you can have shared thoughts and experience? And you can learn from those shared thoughts and those shared experiences, where collectively as a group and individually you can get better. Because the thing is, like, we spend a lot of time by ourselves, right? It's kind of a funny business where, especially now, I don't know, I think way back in the day there was, for sure, there was definitely more seeing of one another. most of the time we did presentations way back in the day, we would be in a group environment. We'd be at a hotel meeting, or in my case, we had an office that we worked out of. So we had 20, 30 associates in an office that had a desk and a phone. We were doing live presentations in those rooms Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock or 7:30, whatever time it was. And so we had this collective experience that was naturally built into the methodology of building a business back then. But now, like, for example, I don't know about you, I can't imagine it's probably any different. We're at home or wherever we're at, and we're by ourselves. Like, I've been in my office for I don't know how many hours, but many today, and I've been completely alone. There's not been, I think one of my kids peeked in earlier before he went to work, but like, I've been solo by myself. Now, of course, engaging and interacting and have conversations and Zooms and all of those things, but there's no power of, like, I'm a community of one. In fact, it's funny because another phrase that's used a lot in networking is like, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Well, I don't know about you, man. I don't have my team here with me. They're not around me. I don't have my assistant and my social media person. Like, people are in different places, right? They're all over the place. So we have to. This is again one of those things that we have to create for ourselves. It's like we have to create opportunities for us to have community. A community is great for accountability. It's great for motivation. I mean, being around a group of people, even the community of the people that I do yoga with is definitely a motivator for me. Being in a group class is way more motivating for me than working and doing yoga outside of my door. I would suppose it's also not only more motivating, but it provides an opportunity, in my case, because I'm discussing me in terms of yoga at the moment, to be more accountable. And again, I've talked about this a few times over the last several posts. Like, accountability is not a built-in mechanism in network marketing. But when you create community, however you create community, just because you're in community does not mean that there's accountability built into it, but you can build accountability into a community. In fact, I would suggest that if you are involved in any type of group or community that's specifically designed for the leveling up or the improvement or the development of something, that whatever that thing is, in this case network marketing, that you're involved in, that accountability would be a good thing to have as part of that. So, and again, I've already mentioned this, but like the different skill sets that people have different skills that they bring to the table. Not everybody's the same. Somebody's incredibly good at doing TikToks. Another person's really good at seeing people and doing face-to-faces. Somebody's amazing at hosting Zooms. Somebody's incredible at putting together tools and systems. So like even that they're just what I shared with you, like, you're good at one of those things, but there's 5 other things that you're not great at. You can clearly see the benefit of community. So, and it's really cool when you're in a community of people that all have the same goals in mind. They have the same objectives in mind. They want to get better, right? That's like, I would think any fitness class, any kickboxing class, any yoga class, any whatever class that you're involved in, any running group, biking group, they all want to get better. They want to get in shape. They want to feel better about themselves. They want to improve their their physical fitness. So there's a commonality, right? So whatever you decide, and you can put together a little group of 2 people or 5 people or 10 people that are all getting together because you have the same desire, the same objectives. And you work with one another to improve your skill sets, your understandings, your knowledge on how to do the business, which accelerates your path to wherever it is that you want to go. Like, if you know nothing and you do nothing, it's going to be a slow hoe. It's going to be a slow ride. It's going to take a long time. I used this example on stage the other day, and it's kind of like, and Stephen Covey wrote the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And there's a story in the book, and he talks about this guy who he's like cruising through the woods, stumbles across this lumberjack, sees this lumberjack. Lumberjack's trying to cut down this tree, and he's like using a manual saw, and he's making no progress, and he's frustrated, and he's sweating, and he's freaking out, and the guy's watching him for a while, and then he comes up to him, and he's like, hey, dude, like, I can't help it. Notice there's no teeth on your saw, and the lumberjack is, looking, it doesn't even stop, and he's like, oh, I'm too busy sawing to sharpen my saw. You don't want to be too busy sawing to sharpen your saw. And groups can help you sharpen your saw. The example I used on stage was, it's like having a big tomato, and you got this big like kitchen knife that's supposed to be sharp, but you're trying to cut through it. And this actually happened to me like the other day. Literally, I was like, okay, that knife needs to be sharpened, because I'm trying to cut through the skin of a tomato, and it's not. And I'm putting pressure. It's not even going in it. But then you put it to the sharpener, and all of a sudden you can just eat. The knife just like falls through it almost. So, like, this whole idea, like, you always want to be sharpening your saw. And, people, environment helps you to, it sharpens you, it improves you. Well, it could do the opposite if you're around the wrong group of people. So, again, you want to be wary of that. So, there is a group experience, an opportunity for you to participate in coming up really soon that is a group dynamic. It's a group of people that all want to do more. They want to be more accountable. They want to be more consistent. They want to develop their skills. They want to develop their confidence. I've been running this thing since 2008. We've got another one coming. It's the last one of this year. And I'd love to have you. I mean, if you think you could be doing more, you want to do more, you want to do better, you want to be better, then you should come run with me. Come run for it for 90 days. 90 days, a little snapshot. After the end of 90 days, I'm telling you, you can't not improve. You can't not get better. You can't not do more. So details on that are at toddfalcone.com/A-team. TODDFALCONE.com/team, TEAM. That's the website. And if you're on my podcast or you're on my YouTube channel, the rest of the details on this episode are right here, toddfalcone.com, TODDFALCONE.com. We'll see you next time.